saying? TKG, what is good with y'all, man? Listen, very disappointing stuff that I saw. Very disappointing things that I seen. Very disappointing story to follow. Extremely disappointing. I had a number of people tell me to do this video. And even before they told me, I already had it in my mind that I was going to talk about this, because not only do I need to talk about this, I need to spread awareness. Something that I love to do, spread awareness. Before I show this clip, I do want to state for the record, I won't be as rich as DaBaby, probably ever. I won't drive the cars. I won't see the women. I will not do the things that DaBaby has done. Probably not half of the things that he's done. But I can say for the record, based off of the things that he's been doing in the past couple of months and years, that I and a lot of other men are bigger men than DaBaby, than Kirk. What a disgusting fucking human being. I have forgiven DaBaby over and over and over again. And I thought maybe he'd grow. But it's just, people confuse growth with silence. You don't see him in the news for anything, so maybe you think he's getting better as a person. And then you just don't do it. So, I'm going to show a clip of DaniLeigh essentially sobbing, crying, fucking giving up on DaBaby.
3 years ago from the fucking jump. And of course, all this internet bullshit, all this everything always was something in our relationship. And it's definitely unfortunate. We have a child, so it's just like, it's just very unfortunate. But it ain't fair. My whole everything. Y'all think I'm a fucking bird because of this man. Like, y'all think I did this and that. Like, nah, it was never that. It was never that. And I ain't here to clear nothing with nobody, because I don't give a fuck what nobody thinks about me. But at the end of the day, like, I've never spoken on anything. I've never addressed anything because I didn't want to bring attention to it. But it's always the narrative on what it is, because they think this is the type of girl I am and this is that. Nah. So, nah, this shit's fucked up. And yeah. Out of nowhere, bro. Out of nowhere. And I'm trying so hard to just... I tried to make this shit work. I tried to, for my baby, the best situation, but this ain't the best situation at all, bro. At all. I deserve so much better. I really do. So I hope, God, please, I pray that this is the last situation. This is the last time, because this shit is not it. It's not. Every single time I come back into it, it's not it. It's love, because I completely love that man, but it's not it. It don't matter how much you love somebody. If it ain't right, it's never gonna be right. And when someone's not ready for something, it's never gonna be right. And you can't force somebody to be ready for something they're not ever gonna be ready for.
Before I even talk about DaniLeigh and DaBaby, I must address the fucking foolery from the account that was making said comments during that whole video. It was by a Twitter account named @MouthyMouthy. Hell yeah, I am doxing that account. I'm not doxing an address or nothing, but if y'all want to go over and say crazy shit, by all means, do so. You're making fun of somebody while they're down on their fucking luck. I do not care what agenda you serve. You go to that account and you see that they've been talking about that DaniLeigh DaBaby situation all day, practically. In 18 hours, that person has made about 20 tweets about pretty much criminalizing DaniLeigh, saying that it's all her fault, and you know what I'm saying, you know. I had some comments to say. I pretty much was saying, wow, you sound pretty miserable. You don't even follow DaniLeigh, but yet you're following the situation. You're on her page, you know what I'm saying, blah, blah, blah. She pretty much says, oh, you don't tell me what to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't like her being in black women's business and blah, 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 and shit like that. Let me tell you something right now. There's a lot of people out there that want to stand up for some sort of racial cause at the wrong fucking time. You want to be some sort of black social warrior when it ain't time to be a black social warrior. You want to be some sort of race gatekeeper when it's not time to be a race gatekeeper. There's a mother getting into a war with a baby, the father of her child. And I guarantee you, if DaniLeigh was having a child with a white person, this fucking person would have nothing to say. Not a damn thing. I guess it's because DaniLeigh uses the N-word from time to time. Now, again, that can be problematic. It can, because if we're gonna let her say it, we should be letting everybody fucking say it. By all means, we should not be letting everybody say it. This is not about race. I'm not gonna make this shit about race. I'm just saying that person's a fucking idiot. So go ahead and go over to her account, tell her, you know what I'm saying, if you feel like it. See the dumbass shit that I'm talking about. But let me tell, there was other videos that I could have used. Now, No Jumper had dropped a video, multiple accounts had dropped videos of DaniLeigh seemingly with DaBaby, and she is, it seems like DaBaby is kicking DaniLeigh out of his house, is what it seems like. He's calling DaniLeigh a side chick. They were never together. All that shit. He's saying, oh, you were sitting in the bed begging me to stay and blah, blah, blah. Like you just heard in this video that I just played. DaniLeigh said that she loves this man. She loves him. She loves him. They get together. It seems like they were together, because you've seen multiple videos, you see multiple pictures of them being together, and it just seemed like they were happy together. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, side chick or not, DaBaby was with her. Am I correct? They have a child together. Am I right? I don't care if she was a side chick or not. Dude, you have a child with her. You have a child with this woman. Your obligations to that child are forever. You don't have an obligation to be with DaniLeigh. Apparently, DaniLeigh wanted to work things out. She said in the video, she wanted to make it work. She wanted to see if it was gonna, be right. If there's a lot of situations, and I applaud that, because there's so many instances where the baby mother hates the baby daddy, putting the dude on child support and making that man's life a living hell for years and years and years, and making it impossible for him to just make a living without having to look over his shoulder all the time for fucking, things that vengeful baby mother's gonna do. I get it. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, DaBaby does not have to put up with DaniLeigh. It's just obvious. He doesn't have to. He didn't have to love her. He didn't have to, but it would make it easier if they were on good terms. Obviously, they have a child together. This is a fact. They have a child together. They have a child together. They have to get along. They must. Otherwise, that child is going to grow up a very miserable child, but not really. Both DaniLeigh and DaBaby are quite rich. So, who knows, It's like they got it. They can take care of themselves and that child. Now, instantly, every man on the planet would be saying that DaniLeigh would be a bitch if she just put DaBaby on child support. But straight up, if you don't want to cooperate it's already at a point where, I mean, DaBaby, so to my knowledge, he is a pretty good father to, you know what I'm saying, the child that he usually shows his daughter. So I have no way of, you know what I'm saying, I do believe he would be a good child to this child. It would just be harder seeing a woman that doesn't really like you. I'm gonna be real with you. This whole situation just made me think of DaBaby as just some sort of asshole. I don't fuck with DaBaby anymore after this. I think he's a trash human being. And like I've said, I'm a bigger man than DaBaby ever will. A lot of you men watching this are bigger men than DaBaby ever will. Hell, a lot of you women have bigger balls than DaBaby has. A lot of his actions just makes me want to punch him in his fucking face. DaBaby is a fucking loser. DaniLeigh did not deserve that shit. She did not fucking deserve to be berated on a live. DaniLeigh did not start a fucking live until the whole situation was over. DaBaby trying to start lives off of her phone and shit. Trying to, you know what I'm saying, gas the whole situation up and make it something that it's not supposed to be, man. Why are you turning it into this big old thing? It could have just been between you and her, but no, you know what I'm saying? It had to be taken online and to the internet. You starting a live, you know what I'm saying? You starting lives and showing people, you trying to make her seem like a villain online. And there's even people during your live stream telling you, man, you're an L. Like, bro, this nigga's a loser. Like, you suck, bro. And honestly, dude, I don't fucking like you either. Like, I'm done with you. You are a loser. You're a fucking, you're a fuck up. You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of fucking garbage. That's a garbage human being. That's a fucking trash person. You ain't as trash as a nigga like 6ix9ine, but you working your way up there. You're working your way quick up there. From getting away with murders, to beating niggas up in malls, to running up on people, beating them up, pulling their pants down, to punching women in the face, or people in the face, for flashing flashlights in your face, to these homophobic slurs or homophobic statements. You just don't know how to be on the right side of anything that you're doing. Fuck the gangster shit, nigga. You ain't a man. You're not. This is why women feel like they can't open their mouths about shit, because they made to be look like fucking whores and bitches and just can't win. I feel sorry for a ton of women out there. They have no choice but to put some of y'all niggas on child support. And they get looked at as evil because it's like, damn, you gonna make this dude pay? Not knowing that the dude that they're making pay is a fucking an asshole. But let them cry a couple times and y'all go be on their side. I applaud DaniLeigh for trying to make it work. I do. DaBaby wants to be immature. Let him be immature. He'll be the same type of nigga to see DaniLeigh happy online with another dude and saying shit like, oh, shit, I still fuck first. Oh yeah, she happy with that other nigga. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? Tell that nigga who that baby's daddy is. Blah blah blah, shit like that. He's the type of nigga to do some lame shit like that. What I'm about to say next is more so spreading awareness to the women, to the men out there. I want you all to feel very, very comfortable in your own skin and appreciate your partner a lot more after what I say. There are so many relationships out there where people feel trapped. Toxic relationships where people keep getting back with each other because they have to make it work, because they feel like the person that they're with is the one. Let me tell you something. You don't get back with the one 8 fucking times. You do not get back with the one over and over and over again. The one is gonna compromise and make shit work for you the first fucking time. I ain't saying it's impossible to break up with somebody, get back with someone, and then marry him and be with them for 50 fucking years. But at the same time, I want you men and women out there to realize the person you're with right now might not be the one for you. It's normal to think that. If you're sitting with your partner right now, don't look at them and think, don't actually test them right here, right now, while you're watching this. Listen to me. Love is fucking powerful. It's a make or break in your life, okay? DaniLeigh wanted to make it work with DaBaby to make that child's life a little better and to see if maybe she could have a mate to make a healthy family. Instead of making a happy family, this nigga would rather just play a fucking gangster, the hood playboy. If you're with somebody right now that would rather protect the status, to protect your feelings, get up and walk out the room right now. And I'm gonna be very honest with you. There's a lot of people out there that will do that. If there's somebody out there that cares more about their status than your happiness, fuck them. Move on. DaniLeigh should not try. She's humble for trying to make it work out with DaBaby. There's gonna be a lot of fucking women out there that will watch me do this and say she's supporting a colorist. I don't give a fuck about that colorist bullshit. Yeah, she said the N-word. And there's so many other rappers that have said the N-word. There's fucking tons of white people and Latin folks and Asians that are saying the N-word in your fucking face, and you don't do anything about it. But DaniLeigh says it, and she's public enemy number one. Someone that you've never met, but you've seen people be this way, and you haven't stopped them from saying anything. Don't sit here and play the fucking social media good guy. It's bullshit, and you're a fucking idiot. You're a coward. So cut that shit out. First things first. I'm not protecting a colorist. I'm not defending a colorist. I'm defending healthy relationships. I'm defending common sense. And here's what common sense is. You don't take this to social media. You work it out in the privacy of your house. And you don't make it seem like, shit, I might show this bitch, this crazy bitch. You know what I'm saying? I might make it, because we ain't hear about nothing this entire pregnancy. Go on over to DaniLeigh's fucking Instagram account. No subs, no shots at DaBaby. Straight pregnancy photos and just having a pregnancy. Had the child. We ain't hear shit. Go to DaBaby's the shit. He's not subbing fucking DaniLeigh. None of that happened up until this point. It was all private up until this point. So why am I sitting here, honestly sitting here trying to think, or anyone really sitting there trying to sit there and force a thought in their head that DaniLeigh is anywhere close to the bad guy here? I seen a post saying that DaniLeigh moved herself in the house and made herself comfortable. You're telling me DaniLeigh moved herself, opened the doors and said, I'm gonna move in, okay? And DaBaby just sat there and was like, no. Let me tell you what really the fuck went down. They were in love for a second. They probably did fuck with each other. She was not a side chick. Not a fucking side chick, okay? And the fact that DaBaby even let that come out his mouth just tells you what type of man he is. Not one at all. He's a fucking asshole. This pisses me off majorly. I was so close to going chaos culture, and I was so serious. The reason why I'm not is because this situation is far beyond gimmicks, okay? This is real life. She was in his house, I guess she was there the whole time. I don't know how long she was living there. I wasn't even aware of this up until this situation, okay? If she had been living in his house longer than a month, that was DaBaby saying it was cool for that to happen. There was no sneaking in. Yellow bone is what he want. I find it so crazy how people are so into this race colorist shit that they're willing to really look at this. Women especially looking at another woman go down like this and accept it. I don't care what your status on fucking the race war is. There's a non-existent race war you have in your head. But let me tell you something. Women, you're watching this, you ought to be infuriated the most. It's a man calling a woman a bitch on live, a side chick on live, disrespecting her and the child on live, talking about get Maury on live, making it seem like she's just a whore out here on live. Man standing in the room on live, watching all this shit go down. Fans laughing at the shit. It's a cruel fucking world. What's my opinion on it? DaBaby needs to get fucking humbled. He needs to get punched in his fucking mouth. I'm just mad I'm not the man to do it. DaniLeigh needs to separate herself from this loser and only see him when he's coming over to actually see his child, if he actually is man enough to do something like that. Which I do think DaBaby would do something like that. He would check in on his kid. To my knowledge, he's a good father. Stay far away from a nigga like that. Stay far away from the rapper niggas. Because a lot of them ain't worth shit but shit. Fuck them. So, that's all I got on the situation. Ladies, find you a man that respects you in public and in private and won't air your shit out for the world to see. Men, respect your woman. Treat her like she actually is worth something. Respect her worth. She will respect your worth. Couples, fight for each other if it's worth fighting for. But if it's toxic, let it go. Simply put, that whole relationship between Danny and DaBaby, toxic. And she shouldn't be chasing his ass no more. With all I'm saying with DaniLeigh, make it known right now. If she goes chasing after his ass anymore after this, it's her fault. You get bit by a dog, it's your fault. It's not your fault. You didn't know the dog was vicious. If I'm borrowing this quote from Buckley, a dose of Buckley. You get bit by a dog, you didn't know it was vicious, not your fault. You go pet it, try to pet it again and it bites you, you fucking knew. Anytime after 2 times, you're just asking for pain. Straight up, like that. Beyond any case, tell me how y'all feel about this situation. Vibe, have a good time. Please stay safe, men and women. Love each other, and I will see y'all later, man. Peace out. Being kicked in, being kicked in, being kicked in, wow. Damn.